Monday night is game night. Let's have some fun and save some money. Welcome to Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If those sound like things that you vibe with, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. So, because it's Monday, that means it's time to get into the games binder and play some games, save some money. So, I've got $100 in prop money here. I always use prop money just because what I save in game night and my Wednesday video goes right into my Roth IRA. So, I don't take the money out of the bank just to put it into the binder, to put it back into the bank, to put into the Roth IRA, if that makes sense. But doing this makes sure that I am keeping in mind that I need to be contributing to my Roth IRA each and every week and setting aside the money to do so. All right, so let's get started as we usually do with Loteria. And I've got the game right here, but I didn't take out the chips yet. So let me do that real quick. I've got the game card and I've got the cards for the pictograms. If you haven't seen Loteria before, or if you're new to game night, this game is a Spanish-style bingo game, and instead of numbers, it has these pictograms. And so you deal cards, and each card has a pictogram on it. If it's on your Loteria card, then you put a marker on it. Once you get 4 in a row, either across, up and down, or diagonal, it's a Loteria, and the game ends. So obviously, if you were playing this with other people, it would be played completely differently. But as a savings challenge game, what I would do is, or what I do, is I keep dealing cards until I get a Loteria, and then I save $1 for every chip that's down on the card. So let me give the cards a shuffle here. When you purchase this game, it comes with, I think, like, I don't know, 16 maybe different cards. So you can play it with a lot of different people if you like. But for me, this is just a solo game to save money. All right, let's get to dealing and let's see what we do here. So we've got La Rana, which is not on the card. El Tambor, nope. El Pajaro, I don't see that one. La Garza, nope. El Musico, don't see him. El Melon, we do have, down here. La Mano, no. El Diablito, we do have. El Pino, no. La Palma, yes, we do have that. It's right there. La Campana, I don't see that. El Gorito, nope. El Barril, no. Oops, I got 2 of them here. La Luna, I don't see. La Pera, we do have. El Violoncello, or Violoncheo, don't see that. La Sandia, no. La Chalupa, no. La Bota, no. La Maceta, no. La Corona we've got, so now El Apache will give us a Loteria. La Muerte we do have, now El Arbol will give us a Loteria. El Arpa, no. Las Haras, no. El Nopal, no. La Calavera, yes. Okay, so that opened up La Sirena for a Loteria. La Botella, no. El Caso, no. El Corazon, no. La Bandera, no. And there's La Sirena. Okay, so we finally got a Loteria right here. So we've got $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8 going into Loteria for this week. I'm going to put these in the middle here, give them a quick shuffle. Next week, we will play the Millennial Loteria version. I like to alternate between the two. The Millennial Loteria version, if you haven't seen that before, is kind of an irreverent look at my generation. I'm a millennial, just barely. I'm more of an X-lennial. All right, so 5, 7, 8. because I'm on the cusp between Gen X and Millennial. All right, so there we go. That's going into Loteria. Let me get this cleaned up real quick. Just going to stack these and get them off to the side, along with the game card and the cards. And then the next thing that we need to do is we're actually going to finish the 2025 challenge. This is one that I included in my Etsy orders for folks who bought physical items from my Etsy shop. I started this in the latter part of, well, I started my Etsy shop in about October of 2024. And around Thanksgiving is when I started giving these away, and I kept giving them away until they ran out. So I will do another one for 2026, but again, probably won't start that until October or November. So I'm going to fill in. Well, I'm not going to fill it all the way in. I will just, you know what? Since this is the last one, I will fill it in all the way. I am not very good at coloring. I know I say that all the time, but it's always true. And I haven't really gotten any better. I make a lot of coloring challenges because I think, it is enjoyable in some ways. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I'm not very good at it. You can do lots of things that you are not very good at that you still enjoy, right? Okay, so there we go. So that is one completed challenge. I am going to take out a 20, the last 20. I probably won't put 20s in here anymore because I will replace this with something else for game night for next week. But I am going to stick that into the 2025. We will consolidate at the end as we always do, and then I will just unstuff this. So, but for now, I am going to get out a challenge completed. I forgot that I was going to need one of these. So I'll get out a challenge completed sticker. These are also available in my Etsy shop, if you so desire. Okay, so I am just going to stick this right over here. Challenge completed. I will put this back in for now, just for posterity, just so we can enjoy, or at least I can enjoy, having a completed challenge in here. And then I'll unstuff it at the end when we do the condensing. Okay, so number 3 is Junior's Restaurants. We're getting close on this one too, but I don't think we'll finish it this week, but let's see. Junior's Restaurants is a box challenge that was gifted to me by April at April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. Junior has several items in April's Etsy shop, and when you order one of those, Junior gets all the money, Mom pays the Etsy fees and the taxes. So this has lots of different restaurants in it, and some are search and save, some are games. So Junior's Steakhouse was a search and save. Junior's Donuts is a mini game. We've got Shut the To-Go Box. We've got Junior's Fresh Fruits, which was a search and save. Junior's Pizzeria, which I think is a Plinko game, but I played it completely wrong. Junior's Diner Menu, Junior's Diner Search and Save, Junior's Hibachi Search and Save, and then we have Junior's Taco Truck, which was like a catch-all. So what I'm going to do is I've got just a few cards left. In fact, I've got 3 of them left. I know I've got to play Shut the To-Go Box and Junior's Donuts still. So I may just, if I get Junior's Donuts, I may just play that until I get all $10 in. That's usually what I go for, is about $10 a week into this. So let's see. I'm not going to look. I'm going to spread these out and shuffle them up. I think I just flipped one over, but I am going to take this one because it's the one my hand is on. And we got Junior's Donuts. Okay, so I'm going to put these away. I think I'll need all of these next week, because I know I've got quite a bit left to do on Junior's Donuts. So let's go to Junior's Donuts, and we'll take this out. And I need a die, and I need a pen. So let me get those. As always, I am ill-prepared. So it's a blue die. Let's use a green one just so it shows up a little better. So we've got a green die, and we've got something to mark this off with. I think I'm just going to use this pen this week. We'll use pink. What the heck? Okay, let's give it a roll. 5, and I'm just going to start here at start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a brown donut, which is $2, or chocolate donut, $2. So I'm going to check that off, and we'll set aside 2. I suppose I didn't need to recap this. Let me leave it off. Okay, go again. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be $2. So we'll check that off. We'll take another 2 out. 3, 1, 2, 3, another chocolate donut. So another $2. Okay, roll them again. 3, 1, 2, 3, another $2. So I probably got one more roll left, maybe two. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chocolate donut. So another $2. Okay, so that is going to be our $10 because we've got 8 here plus 2 is 10. So I'm going to put those back. We'll take out a 10. I'm going to recap this marker, set this aside for now, and the die. We'll go back into the main binder and put the 10 in, and then I will go and put Junior's donuts away. I should have done that first, but that's all right. Okay, so $10 going into Junior's restaurants. Like so. Okay. Put this back in its envelope in my Junior's Challenge, or Junior's Restaurants Challenge binder. Okay. That is done. And now, let's see where the clip is. I think the clip is on sus. Nope, it's on flip 7. Okay, so I'll get set up for flip 7. We'll come back and we'll play that next. All right, it's time to play flip 7. Flip 7 is a commercially available card game, but I've adapted it to be a savings challenge game. In the flip 7 deck, you have cards that have numbers on them. So this one is a 5, right? So there are 4 other 5s in the deck besides this card. Total of 5 5s. There's 8 8s. There's 12 12s. You get the idea. The goal of the game is to draw cards and not draw 2 of the same value. So you want to keep drawing as many as you can because that improves your score, but you also don't want to bust, which means drawing 2 of the same card. There's also special cards that are adders, freezes, second chances. So if any of those come up, we'll deal with those as they come, but I am going to give these a shuffle. And let's see how much we save into flip 7 this week. The totals in flip 7 can be quite high. If you get a 12, an 11, and a 10, that's $33. So I typically add the numbers together and then save a lower amount. So let me give it one more shuffle here. And then a cut. And let's start dealing and see how we do. The rule is I have to deal at least 3 number cards to myself unless I get a freeze. If you get a freeze, it stops everything. But let's see how we do. Okay, we got a 10, and a 5, and a 12. Okay, so now it's a decision point. I could keep going, but I've already got a 10 and a 12, which means there's 11 more 12s and 9 more 10s, plus 4 more 5s, and any of those would bust me. Because I've already got 2 high-value cards, I'm going to stop here and save the amount. So let's add them up. 10 plus 12 is 22, plus 5 is 27. I'm not putting $27 in. I'm going to add the 2 and the 7 together and save $9. So $9 is going to go into the flip 7 for this week. If I ever get to a point where I can do more than $100 in game night, I might do this game, like 2 or 3 times. But just because I have so many games I want to get to, I'm being kind of conservative for now. So I'm going to take that clip off. There we go. And next we're going to do quicks. So let me take out the card just while I'm in the binder, the scorecard. Okay, so I got that. Put this away. Put the cards away. And I will take out the dice for quicks. Quicks, if you haven't seen me play this before, because I feel like it's been a while since I have, this is a dice-based game that is similar to Shut the Box, but not exactly like Shut the Box. So I am actually going to get out my tray for rolling the dice, which is another thing that I should have got out earlier, but I didn't. So there we go. Oh, and I'm going to need this eventually too. All right. So in quicks, as I said, it's similar to Shut the Box, but not exactly Shut the Box. So instead of rolling 2 dice, you're rolling 3. And you have to use exactly 2 dice to make the number for each roll, or multiple numbers. I've explained this in weeks past, so if you want a more detailed explanation, go ahead and look at some of my older videos where I've played quicks, and that will have kind of the nitty-gritty of the rules. But for now, just to save on time here, let's get to rolling and see how we do. Okay, so I've got a 1, and a 2, so that's great, because that gives me either sorry, just looking for a pen here. Either 2 or 3, and those are both hard to roll. So I'm going to take both the 2 and the 3 here. That's not the easiest color to see. Let me get a dark color. I'll use an alcohol marker here. Okay, so 2 and 3. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to re-roll. A 1, a 6, and a 3. So I've got 4, 7, and 9. I'm going to take the 4 for sure. And I'm also going to take the 9. 1, 2, and 6. So I've got 3, 8, and 7. I'm going to take the 8. I'm going to leave the 7, just because I might need it. Need some higher numbers here. 1, 1, and 2. And I'm out. Okay, so this one is going to be expensive. 12 plus 11 plus 10, that's 33. Plus 7 is 40. Plus 11 is 51. So I add the two numbers together, 5 plus 1, and I'm going to save $6. So not that expensive. And this one, should I play it again? I think I might. I think I just might. So we'll save $6 for this game, and we'll give it one more go. So I'm going to swap this die out for the green die. You don't have to do this. I just do it because, why not? Obviously, if you were playing, well, I shouldn't say obviously. There are entirely different rules for quicks if you were playing it with multiple people. I adapted this to be a savings challenge game, so different rules for that. So, let's see here. 1, 5, and 6. So I have 6, 7, and 11. I'm for sure going to take that 11 off the board. I think I'm going to leave the others just because it's the first roll. It's early yet. Oops. Oh, great. 6, 6, and 1. So I got 12 and 7. I'm going to take the 12. I'll leave the 7 because it's so easy to roll. I might need it later. 5, 5, and 2. So 10 and 7. So I'm going to take the 10. So already I've got all 3 of the big numbers marked off. 1, 2, and 4. So that gives me a 3, which I'm going to take. A 5 and a 6. I'm going to take both the 5 and the 6. 5, 5, and 3. So the only thing I can make out of that is an 8 because I already took the 10. 1, 2, and 4. So I've got 3, 5, and 6. And I don't need any of those. So we're done. Okay, so this game we've got 9 plus 7, that's 16, plus 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. So I'm going to score 4 for this game. Okay. And I'm going to save $10. 6 plus 4. So we got that. I think I haven't used the back of this yet. Yeah, so this game card has still got a while to go. If I were down to the last one and I had already used the back, I probably would have just completed the card. But I'll leave that for another week. Okay, so I'm done with this for now. Let's go back in here. And we'll put this into envelope 8 for quicks. And then we'll move on to envelope 9, which is Sussed. And Sussed is a would you rather game. And the way that I've done this is I have decided that of the 3 multiple choice answers, answer A is $2, answer B is $3, answer C is $5. So let's see what questions we get this week. Okay, which would I rather be given? A, clothes which folded themselves. B, a hairdryer which instantly styled my hair. Or C, healthy cereal which tasted delicious. Well, none of these are particularly useful to me. I hang most of my clothes, so that's not entirely, it's not useless, but it's not the most useful thing. Hairdryer, I have a very short haircut, so that's not going to be much useful. And cereal, I don't really eat, so I guess I'm going with the clothes. Just kind of by default here. So let's mark off answer A. And I'm going to save $2. And we'll do another one, at least one more. So this card is done. Okay, which do I think would be worse? A, always having to use a wet towel. B, having to hug everyone I greeted. Or C, never wearing socks. Oh my goodness. Well, a wet towel, you're just kind of peeing into the wind, so to speak, there. How do you get yourself dry? Having to hug everyone you greet or never wearing socks. Oh, gosh. Blisters, cooties, or never getting dry. I think of these, the one that would be worst for me is having to hug everyone I greeted. I'm not really a hugger. So that would be, I mean, I don't want any of those, but that I think would be the worst. So I'm going to put the 2 back and save 5 because that was answer B, so that was $3. And we'll leave off there for this week. So I'm going to put the cards back along with the $5 into the sus envelope, which is number 9. All right, and now it's time for Dice Facta. Dice Facta is one of my newer dice games, and in this game, you get optionally a pack of dice, but you will need several different dice to be able to play it. So you can get the dice from me on my Etsy shop if you are so inclined, or you can provide your own. You need a D6, a D8, a D10, and a D12. So I've got all 4 of those here. I have explained in detail how to play this game in the past, so I'm just going to select a card, we'll play it, and hopefully that makes sense. And if not, there is a rules card that comes with it, and I've also explained how to play it in other weeks, but I just don't want to go over the rules all week, every week. So let's see here. How am I going to determine? I think I'm going to roll a D8, and that will tell us which game we're going to play. Okay, number 6, so that is going to be a D10, right? So 2, 4, 6. So that's card B on the D10 Dice Facta. So I'll set all these aside, and we'll grab the D10, which is going to be the green die because it matches the background. We'll bring this out, and I also need a dry erase marker. So in Dice Facta, we're just going to roll and mark off the numbers until we complete one of the 4 sections, and then we yell Dice Facta, and then we decide how much we're going to save. So I'll describe how we do that once I get a completed section here. So the first one is number 10, so we're going to mark off all the 10s. 9, 5, 7 will give it to us. 9 we've already got. 1, 10 we've already got. 8. So 7 will give us 2 Dice Factas now. 6, okay, so that opens up the 2. 1 we've already got. Whoops. 4. Okay, so now all of them are on the pot. A 7, a 2, or a 3. 9, 0, or 10, 8, 3. Dice Facta. So this is our completed Dice Facta here. So there are several different options for how you determine how much you're going to save. So the high budget way is you add up all the numbers in the completed section. So that 6 plus 4 is 10, 18, 21. So that'd be $21 if you're going high budget. Medium budget, you save $1 for every number that you've marked off on the entire card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $13. Or low budget, you save the last number you rolled, which was a 3. So we've got 21, 13, or 3. So I am going to save the $13, and I think we'll just call that good here for this week. I think that's a good amount. So I'm going to get out my trusty lens cloth here. You can use any cloth, you can use your finger if you want. As long as you use dry erase ink, it'll come right off. Okay, we'll put the dice away. There we go. Put the Dice Facta card back, get out the binder. We'll save $10, $12, $13 going into Dice Facta. All right, so next up we've got some scratch challenges. So I will get out my scratching tool and we will work on the 12 Days of Christmas and the 12 face cards, and then we'll go back to the front of the binder and we'll play some Dicetropolis. The next challenge we're going to be tackling is the 12 Days of Christmas. That is what is in envelope number 11. So if you buy this challenge from me, it does come with a dashboard. It is a double-sided dashboard. You've got the partridge in a pear tree on one side, and you've got all 12 of the days on the other side. So if you do your challenges vertically, you've got a dashboard for that. If you do it horizontally, you've got a dashboard for that. Okay, so I am going to get out all of the cards, and we'll roll a d12 die, and that will tell us which game we're going to play. or which scratcher we're going to do. I have the first one turned over because there's only one scratch on this card and I already scratched it, so it's done. So let's roll this D12. And we got number 5, so the 5 golden rings. And there's 3 scratchers left on this. I'm going to roll a D6 and let that tell us which one to scratch. Number 1. Okay, so we'll go right up here in the corner. $6. Okay, so clean this up. And I'm probably just going to stop there. I'm in no rush to finish this challenge because it's not, for me, this is not going toward Christmas spending. This is going toward Roth IRA. You certainly could do it for Christmas spending. I think that's what most people who have purchased it are doing. But really, it can be for anything. Okay, so let's go over here to the 12 Days of Christmas. Number 11, we'll put in the $6. And then we'll do the 12 face cards. Now, ordinarily, when I do this, I shuffle a deck of cards, just a regular deck of cards, and that tells me which one I am going to do. But this week, I don't have my deck of cards. I do not know what happened to it. At some time between finishing last week's savings game video and recording this one, it has completely disappeared. They didn't get put away, and so now they have sprouted legs and walked off somewhere else in my apartment. So I'm going to roll a D12. And that will tell us which one we're going to do. Okay, number 10. So that should be the Jack of Clubs. Yep, which is Sir Lancelot. So if you haven't seen this challenge before, each one of these is a different face card. So there's 12 in total, 3 for each of the 4 suits. And then on the front side, it has a picture of the face card with 12 scratchers. And on the back, it has a description of who that face card is supposed to represent. Okay, so for Sir Lancelot, we've got 11 scratchers left. We've only done this once, so let me give it a roll. And that's number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll go right here. And this is going to be $5. So I think on this one I will go again, just because there's a lot of scratchers on this one. There's 12 cards, 12 per card, so there's 144. Okay, so let me take out the $5 just so I don't forget. And we got 5, so we're going to go to card number 5, which is the Queen of Hearts, and we have not done any on her yet. So let's give it a roll. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. And here we're going to save $8. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8. That does not leave us very much to play Dicetropolis with, but that's okay. We'll still do something. So I'm going to set these aside, and we'll get out the binder again. Okay, and we'll shove these in here. We'll go back to the front. Now we've already done Loteria. We've done 2025. We finished 2025. And we've done Junior's Restaurant, so let's go to Dicetropolis. I'm going to take this one out because this is the dashboard, but it's also the first game. Although we played Boston last week, so if that's the game it tells us to play, I think I'm going to probably choose something else. So let me get out the rest of the cards here. I think they're in this first one. Nope, they're not. They're in the second. There they are. Okay. So there's that. Let's roll the D12 and let's see which game we're going to play. Number 3. So 3 is doubles. Okay, so since we haven't played this one in a while, let me read the rules. The rules say roll 3d6 dice. The object is to get 2 of each number in sequence. For example, you must roll 2 1s before you can attempt 2 2s, and you must roll 2 2s before you can attempt 2 3s, etc. If you manage to roll one of the number in play, you can reserve that die and re-roll the remaining 2 dice. For each dice value, write the number of rolls it takes to get a pair. Once you have rolled 2 6s, add up the total rolls you made for all dice values and save that amount. Okay, so let's get out 2d6 dice. I've already got one here. Let me go, or 3 rather, d6 dice. Let me grab 2 more. And if I can't find 2 greens, I will grab something else. But it looks like I've got the greens right here. Okay. So we're going to look for ones, and let's get to rolling and see how quickly we can make those ones, those ones happen. Okay, so we got one of them right here, and that was the first roll. Just get out a dry erase marker. Roll number 2, and we've got a bunco here. Okay, so 2 rolls for ones. This game plays vertically. So now we're rolling for 2s, and we got 3 4s. How about that? There's 1 2. That was 2 rolls, and 3 rolls for the 2s. So now we're rolling for 3s. None. That was roll number 1. Roll number 2. And we got it on roll number 3. So now we're rolling for 4s. We got 1. Roll number 1. Roll number 2. Roll number 3. Roll number 4. Roll number 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Okay. 4s took a while, so now let's try to get 5s. 1. 2. Okay. So now we're going to roll for 6s. 1. Roll number 2. Roll number 3. Roll 4. This is 5, and we got it on the 5th roll. Okay, so let's add this up here. 2 plus 3 is 5, 8, 17, 19, 24. So 24, but I'm going to add the 2 plus the 4, and that will save $6. And I think that's probably about what I've got here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 exactly. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to clean up this card here. Again, dry erase marker, it comes right off. This game is also available in my Etsy shop. You can get it with dice if you need it. It will come with rainbow dice because some of the games require, well, they don't require, but they're more fun if you play them with all 6 different colored dice. So there we go. So I'll put these to the side. I'll put the $6 into Dicetropolis. Oh, and I'm going to need the dashboard back as well. So, grab that here. There it is. And then next week we will start with Dicetropolis 2, aka Dice Harder. So next week we'll play Dicetropolis 2, we'll play Left, Center, Right, and then we'll be back to Flip 7. But we're not done just yet because I still need to condense this. This got pretty thick this week. So come on back and I will thin out this binder. Okay, I've got the cash tray set up to condense, so let's debulk this bad boy. So we're going to go into envelope number 1, which is Loteria, and we'll see how much is in here. We've got 100, 200, 10, 15, 20, 22, 23. So I'm going to take the 10, the 2 5s out. We'll put in a 20. Okay. 2025, I am going to put in a placeholder. We've got 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 70, 90, 500. So just for posterity, and I should have grabbed one, but of course I didn't because that would be so unlike me. Bring this back and get out my placeholders. I'm in the wrong compartment. I just zipped that shut. I sure did. Okay. So there's a 500 placeholder. So I'm going to put all of this away. And these 3 will go back over here. And I'll put in the 500 placeholder. And then when I have the new game, I will, of course, unstuff this and put it into my completed savings challenges. But for now, I like to I think I'm fine just having it hang out here in here for a minute. Okay, let's go into Junior's Restaurants, which got $10 this week. And in here we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 52. So I'm going to put back the two 20s and the 10. I'm going to take out a 50. And I think while I'm here, I'm actually going to swap out this 100 for a Barracuda 100. So this should have close to 300 by the time that the whole thing is all said and done. Okay, Dicetropolis has 100, 200, 50, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. So I'm going to take 5 ones and put in a 5. And I'm also going to swap that 100 for another Barracuda. Okay, Dicetropolis 2 we did not play. Dice Harder. We did not play left, center, right, so let's go into flip 7 and see what's going on in here. We've got 100, 50, 60, 65, 67, 72, 74, 76, 77. Okay, so I'm going to save the 5 and one of the 2s, and this should be 20 bucks, 10, 15, 17, 19, 20. So we'll put all of this back and take out a 20. So we've still got 177. And I'm just going to keep going until my Roth IRA is completely funded. Then I probably will wipe out all the envelopes and start over just because I'll be working toward a different savings goal. Let's go into quicks and let's see what's in here. So we've got 100, 200, 50, 60, 70. So I'm going to take the two 10s for a 20, and I'll swap out the 100 here for another Barracuda. There we go. And the game card, that all goes back in. Okay, then in Sust, we have 50, 5, 60, 4. So 2 5s for a 10. Dicefecta has 50, 60, 5, 67, 69, 70. So I'm going to swap out all of this, 10, 15, 17, 19, 20 for a $20 bill. "12 Days of Christmas has 100, 20, 40, 5, 50, 2, 4, 5. Okay. So 20, 40, 5, 47, 49, 50. Take a 50. So we're still at 155. So we're getting there. It's a $500 challenge, so it'll take a while. 12 Face Cards has 100, 50, 70, 80, 90, 92, 94, 96, 97, 98. Okay, so the next time we do this, we will have enough for another $100 placeholder. So this should be 20, 10, 15, 17, 19, 20. So getting a lot of smaller bills out this week. That's good. So still 150, 70, 95, 78. Yep, okay. This one saves a lot of money, so we've got a long way to go on this. Okay, so that is it for the condensing. See how thin we made the binder. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, so thank you so much for watching and for watching through the condensing and all the way to the end of the video. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Comment down below so that I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already. And the next video that I have will probably be, well, it will be Wednesday's video, which is the Savings Challenge books. Then I'm back on either Friday or Saturday for the weekly budget update. And then right back here again next Monday, where we're going to do the savings games again for game night. So again, thank you so much for watching. And until I do see you in the next one, take care.